What's up, guys? Dark right here, and we are going to be having some fun today. Um, I figured we go ahead and get to know each other a little bit better than what we already know each other about. Because we chill, we hang out, we play games, we have a lot of fun. But we never really actually got to know each other um, and our past and everything. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys some past experiences that I've been a part of and really enjoyed. And I mean, I'm not really doing much of it. um, I'm more on the lines of doing things on my own now and just having a lot of fun just doing my own thing. So, but I mean, I just just want to show you guys what I used to do before I started streaming. And even though I'm still just in the beginnings of streaming, eventually I would like to become much bigger, much larger, and have a lot more fun. Um, and then for everybody that's here right now, you get to enjoy the journey with me, starting from the very bottom and working our way to the top. So let's have some fun and let's check this out. So on here, as you see, past experience with Silence the Voice, a metal alternative metal band. I always say our alternative metalcore band here from the big old great Southwest desert, state of Arizona. Had a lot of fun doing this. Went on tour, went across country, went had a really awesome Midwest tour um, to promote our new EP, Devil in You. Or not Devil in You, my bad. I don't know where that came from. That's a song. Actually, our EP, Conquer Your Demons. And it was a great experience. It happened back in, what was it, 2017, October of 2017. Um, we started, where was it at? We started in San Angelo, Texas. I remember leaving uh, from here, gathering everybody up around and hitting the road like at 1 o'clock or something like that, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we had a show in Texas. I think it was the very next night, or it was in a couple of days. No, it was the very next night. I don't know why we decided to leave a day before, but we did. We gathered everybody up. um, got everybody in the van, loaded everything up. It was just so cramped up. Um, Not really cramped up, but it kind of was a little stuffy. We were able to get all of our equipment in the back of the van and all of our bags. We we loaded all up in the back as well, but also had some in the front with us, and we really just like packed just the bare essentials. Just make sure we had clothes that will last. Also had to we did wash by hand a lot. I remember that. Toothbrush. I even just said screw it on my hairbrush. I didn't even bring brush or anything. I didn't. I made sure I had socks, underwear, clothes, um, toothbrush. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. That was my bag. But yeah, no, we left from here and then we started driving. Um, we're just going through and we made it through Tucson. It was crazy because it was like I don't remember. It was like somewhere in the beginning of October, middle of October, or something like that. Um, we started going through and it started looking like a rain thunderstorm was coming in, it's brewing in. So that was cool. Went through Tucson, just kept on driving. Um, did I started I'm trying to remember if it was my if it was myself or if it was Justin that was driving. I think it was I started driving, and we're just rolling through, and then we made our way, and I think we got to I made it into New Mexico, like towards the bottom, and then we're coming like close, like somewhere in New Mexico. I remember we traded off seats. Justin and I switched. So then Justin started driving, and then we went through El Paso. El Paso was really cool. It was raining there. Sight to see. I really would like to go again. It was awesome. All really hilly terrain and whatnot. And then we're just going, and then right there driving along the border, we could just look over and just see Juarez right there, and we're just like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Kind of want to go there sometime. I think it was Juarez. Maybe that's a little further. I don't know. But we just kept going, and then I ended up falling asleep. Everybody else fell asleep, and then just next to notice, Justin was waking us up like at, I think it was 1:30 in the morning or 4 a.m. I don't remember. And he was like, "Hey, he's like, we're here at the at the motel that we were staying in. Yes, motel, not hotel, motel. Granted, this is a DIY tour, a tour that I set up and everything. Um, and then Justin handled the logistics of where we're gonna stay, either if it was an Airbnb, hotel, motel, whatever. Um, and we all just split the cost. Like this was everything. We paid out of pocket for everything. We didn't have any like anything like financing us saying, okay, here we'll pay for this, we'll pay for that. No, this is all straight DIY. So we didn't have to pay any company anything. They didn't get any royalty. They didn't get anything, any commissions or percentage cuts or whatever. This was all us. All of it was 100% us. The reason why, like, I mean, I did it because I was at the time I was also booking for this tour company. I've been with them for I think it was maybe like a year by now. So I was already booking bands and everything. So within my time, I was able to gather up a lot of contacts throughout the country, and I even made some contacts out of the country, which that would have been very awesome to go to. But so with all these contacts, I just called them up. Hey, I just want to set up a show. I got my band coming through, this and that, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah. And I mean, obviously, it's not always going to be perfect 100%. You're not going to get um, everybody to say yes all the time. People are going to say no, and because obviously they don't have um, that date that you're looking for available. It's just a lot of hard work, and it took months for me to get this tour set up, with the amount of time that we were on it and then everything. But yeah, no, we are just doing our thing. We got to San Angelo, Texas, and then we had a great time there. I think our first stop was the Dead Horse. So we got there and we just went in motel, just crashed out. Justin and I shared a bed, and then next morning, not next morning, but afternoon, the same afternoon, we actually woke up and we're like, all right, we got to get going. We got to let's see what this town has to offer, because it wasn't really a city, it wasn't really anything. It was more of a town than anything else. So it was like, okay, let's see what they have to offer. Not a whole lot to offer, but we still roamed around, walked around, had a lot of fun. And then it was Texas, so it was hot. It was really, really hot. Yes, we're from Arizona, and it was hot here too. But I don't know, just something about Texas just has like a different heat. Like I don't know, like Arizona, we always say we have dry heat, and it is dry heat, but I guess you could say it was kind of humid too. It was muggy and it was hot at the same time, so it was just hotter. But yeah, and then we showed up, I think around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at the Dead Horse, and then all the other bands started showing up. I started talking to the venue, the staff, setting everything up. I was even basically the promoter for this, and it was a pretty good show. We got the local bands brought in quite a bit decent crowd. I mean, really good. Um, they gave us um, they gave us free drinks. It was so that was actually pretty cool about them. Um, and we just had a lot of fun. But the sucky thing that happened there is my our drummer Justin let one of these bands borrow their kick pedal or borrow his pedals, his kick pedal. Um, because right before they went on, they were testing it. All theirs out theirs just happened to break, and they couldn't fix it. They couldn't go anywhere. They were just gonna cut it out. But he was a good guy. He's like, you know what? No, let me go ahead and let you use mine. So he did, and then they tightened it up, and I guess it was like a new drummer or something, or he still didn't know. He wasn't very experienced, and then he ended up tightening it up and everything, and then he ended up breaking Justin's kick pedal on the first night of tour. That sucked. Actually, let me kind of show you. Let me show you what Justin looks like. So this is the Insanity that we made. This is one of the first songs we made, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of work went into this, and there's a lot of there's a lot of funny backstories to all of our music videos, except this one. Well, actually, kinda, not really. No. Well, the only interesting thing that happened with this one is back. This is back when the whole pandemic thing. I mean, obviously, pandemic's still going on, but this was back at the peak. Everybody was like, "Oh no, coronavirus! Oh no, this and that! Oh no!" And then everybody was just trying to be like careful not to get like anybody sick or anything like that. But so that's really the only funny backstory, or that's not really funny, but that's the only backstory with this one. But but no, for Insanity's music video, I was um, I was coming back from where was that? Long Beach. Um, we had this all scheduled out. We already knew, all of us knew, and I I was going to Long Beach, and I remember, like, I know I only had a certain time. I don't know what's with me, and like I schedule things so close to each other that if anything were to happen, I would miss something. But I like to have a consistency going. If I'm scheduling something, I want consistency. I don't want there to be a lull at all. Just think of it like this. Like you're swinging from like on the vines from trees, and as soon as you're letting the one vine go, you're already grabbing onto the next one. See, that's what I like, and that's how I always plan my life to be out. Majority of the time, I just go with the flow, but if I'm planning something, scheduling something, then I have it so like pinpoint perfect that as soon as I move on, I'm already on to the next thing. But so the reason why I was in Long Beach is because I went to the festival out in Long Beach with my wife. Um, Pretty sure you guys, a lot of you may have heard of it. Once Upon a Time in the LBC. Awesome. Enjoyed it. Loved it. So we're coming back from Long Beach because the show ended the night before, and we had to wake up at I think 8. Left by 9, and then just had to rush straight back because I had a shoot at 4 o'clock. So we dipped out, left, came right directly to the shoot. I didn't even go home. I just know I changed into what I was gonna wear that day. Also, it was hot, and coming from Long Beach, it was actually not too bad. It was nice in Long Beach, but when got back here to AZ, good old AZ, it was hot. And this actually was this took place in July actually. Yeah, it's the same exact yeah, same exact month we're in now. So this took place in July. So I was just trying to be comfortable. I didn't want to be hot. I didn't want to be this and that. Everybody else thought differently. Just watch. But this is our music video, Insanity. Um, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll show you Justin. Oh, missed it. Here, let's see. Rewind back. So that's Justin. That's our drummer. Well, was our drummer at the time. Can't get a clean shot, and he's not really looking. Okay, there's a scene a little later. Hold on. There we go. That's a clean shot. If I can just get it right on. Not you. Of course, the shot that I find is him making his face. But yeah, this is Justin. He was our drummer at the time, and then so he's the one that let the guy borrow his foot pedal, which then he ended up over tightening it, which and he broke it. Luckily, Justin is prepared, brought a backup one, but the backup one is not as great as the one that he wanted to use it. It's more of a back, basically what it is, backup. If anything were to happen, that's what it would be. So, guy breaks it, and then I don't know, somehow miraculously when they went on, they had another pedal, and they used it perfectly fine. We're like, what the heck? Where'd you get this? And then right after they got off the set, the drummer dipped out. The rest of the band stayed, but their drummer dipped out because I think he knew exactly what he did, and he did not want to. I mean, obviously he knew what he did, and Justin wasn't happy about it, but he didn't want to do anything. Just dipped out. We're like, wow, okay. But that was the first night of tour, the first leg of tour, so that's kind of what happened there. And then that right after that, we moseyed on over to Houston. Went to Houston, Texas right after. So we played at Arcadia. Excuse me. That was another I, fun one. Another great promotional thing with the local bands, brought a decent amount of people. Um, both of these shows that we had in Texas, we sold a decent amount of shirts, so it was awesome. Decent amount of merch. Um, Also in Houston, which was the very next night after San Angelo. So after that show in San Angelo at the Dead Horse, I mean, we hung out there until like it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we left, and we just drove straight to Houston. Justin drove, and then when we got there, just outside, we switched. He woke. I ended up driving. Um, no, 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 no. Gabe, the the vocalist, this one right here, the one that you see plastered all over the place. He was the one that drove right after the show, and I know I fell asleep. Everybody else fell asleep. Justin was kind of off and on, um, but then I guess what happened is I remember waking up, and then I looked up, and then Gabe started to move, like, like kind of like swerve off the road, and he caught himself a couple times. I'm like, you good? But I guess he didn't hear me. Music was playing loud. Tried to keep himself awake, and windows were open. And then next notice he swerved again, and I remember Justin. I was like, "Hey, Gabe!" And then at the same time, Justin jumps. I was like, "Hey, dude, you're falling asleep." He's like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And then we ended up kicking him out of the driver's seat, and then Justin ended up driving right after. So that's what happened. And then again, Houston's hot. It's muggy. Oh my gosh, it was just boiling hot. And I remember when Justin went to go uh, get his pedals fixed. He went to go look, started on a hunt to go look around, get his pedals fixed, and he was working on the road too. So he went to go find like a coffee shop, chill out for a few hours to do some work. And then we're like, all right, cool. So then we started going around. I was like looking around. I'm like, okay, what else is there to do? Couldn't really find anything. Didn't know exactly, and we didn't want to drive around because obviously gas and a gas guzzling van didn't want to just guzzle up the gas. So um, eventually, I made a stop at this college, this library, which then we all just happened to go inside and sorry, my kids are roaming around. Um, my son's getting mad because I gave him some Gatorade and told him no more because I didn't want him to get all hyped up on sugar and anything like that. And now he's mad. But yeah, I just remember we're at the library and everything. Gabe was sleeping. We tried waking him up. He wouldn't wake up. So I was like, all right, just let the dude sleep. I know it's hot. And somebody's like, just crack open the window. He'll be fine. I was I was just like, all right, and because he just wouldn't wake up no matter what we did. And then like, all right, so he cracked open the window and left. He ended up waking up later, and he's like, "You guys are messed up over here, just leaving me in there. I woke up because all hot. I'm gonna die of a heat stroke." And I was like, "Nah, you weren't. We cracked the window open. You're good." He's like, "Stupid." And he's like, "Where are you guys at anyways?" I was like, "We're here in the library, just cooling off." He's like, "You didn't wake me?" He's like, "We tried. We did everything we possibly could, and you would not wake up. So we just cracked the window open and just said, okay, he should be fine. If anything happens, he'll wake up and then he'll call us." And look, sure enough, look what happened. You woke up, you called us. It's like, yeah, I propped open the doors. I'm like, well, there you go, even more air. Why don't you come in? And so, but he didn't. He never went into the library. He just chilled outside. We went out there to him. Also being in cramped quarters around people that you're just gonna see all the time, and it being hot, obviously, argument happens. And I remember Fish and Danny got into a fight. Is because I don't know. It was just the heat was getting to everybody. Everybody was getting antsy, and they started arguing, pushing, shoving, getting ready to fight. Eventually stopped them and said, "You guys gotta chill, this and that, blah blah blah." I'm like, all right, but let's see. Let me show you a good picture. So this is Fish and that's Danny. These two always exchange words, always fought, always everything, blah blah blah. And but I mean, I always told these two like, y'all love each other. Y'all know you do. So and sure enough, like they fight all the time, but they're always like, "Oh, I love you," this and that, and it's just yeah. But that's yeah, that's Fish and Danny. But I mean, like I said, it was great. It was great. Houston, I mean, Texas was cool. And then right after Texas, um, after Arcadia, um, basically right after the show when we started loading up, I don't know if it was because of all the heat or anything, but the van, the back door of the van after we loaded up, some odd reason would not close. Like the door would close, but the latch would not latch. Somehow, some way, like I said, maybe it is the heat because you know when metal gets hot or heat makes metal expand, whatever. So when we went to close the door, I don't know how I can describe this to you guys or how I can show this to you, but basically, alright, use this line here. This would be the door. Like, that's normally how the doors, they would close, and that's how it should line up, right? So, that's what we thought, obviously. But after the show, and when we were loading up and everything, and then we were getting ready to leave and close the door, some odd reason, the latch wasn't here anymore. It was basically like down here where the subscribe button's at. So whenever the door closed, it would not latch. It was like there was like this much gap from the latch up here to the little hook, well, or the hook up here to the little latch, and we're like, how is that even possible? And even the venue owner came out and was like, whoa, how'd you guys get here? It's like it wasn't like this. It was closing just fine. And then especially when we got here and this and that, but now it's like this. I remember we had to call the company. Company was closed, obviously. But at the same exact time, I found out that my cousin's boyfriend at the time, husband now, or husband, something like that. He actually worked for the company that we rented the van from. I did not know that, but I found out at that same exact moment that he did, and I was like, wow, what are the odds? So I remember calling him and I explained it to him. I took pictures, videos, sent it to him, and I showed him the gap. He's like, that's weird. I'm like, this gap was never here before. Like, it was perfectly aligned, closed, and everything. And now that we're loading up, we just opened the door and it was fine. And he's like, and then I showed him the door and like on the hinges on both sides, and I should backed it up, and everything lined up. Like the back, it just for some odd reason the latch just moved down. I don't know how, but eventually somehow we got the door to close. I don't know how, but it was closed. We all looked at each other, were scratching our head. We're like, how did this even happen? We're like, we don't know. All right, well, it closed. That's good enough for me. Let's just go. And we're like, yeah. And we never questioned it after that. And we never spoke about it after that. We just were like, it closed. That's it. So, don't know. But that was interesting. But after that, like every single day on tour, every single night, every time we unloaded and loaded up, it closed perfectly fine, and that gap was gone. No idea. Even to this day, still don't know. Am I going to question it? No. It closed. Move on. That's it. But yeah, right after Arcadia, Houston, uh, we had a day off. No, no, I lied. We didn't have a day off, or did we? No, 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 no. We had another show the very next night in Memphis. So right after the show in Houston, we went back to the Airbnb, which we all shared this room because the people that were just they were just renting out a room. It was inside their apartment. They were just renting out a room. And so, obviously, if we went out the door and they were just right there, just living their lives, That was interesting, but they were pretty cool and pretty chill people. Um, so I remember we came out, we got everything, we loaded up. I remember we showered up. It was the first time taking a shower. Um, no wait, we stayed at the motel too, showered up there. But we all left and hit the road. I drove. Um, so we left Houston. We're driving. Remember, we were going through Arkansas. I love saying that Arkansas. I know it's Arkansas, but I like to say Arkansas. Um, went through Little Rock. That was pretty cool. Really windy. I remember being the wind was just pushing the van like crazy, and I was fighting it for a long time. And then we finally were going across the bridge. I remember, I don't know, somewhere. I think it was in Little Rock. We ate at this barbecue place at gas this gas station. No, it was this gas station that had like barbecue, like pork, like ribs, like not ribs, but like shaved pork ribs or something like that. It was really good. Um, people in Arkansas and Little Rock were really cool. Um, and then anyways, Justin took over and drove us just drove us the rest of the way to Memphis, going over the bridge. That was cool. Seeing the big old giant river. I forgot what river that's called. I don't remember, but it was awesome. I just remember on the GPS it says "Welcome to Tennessee," and I was like, "Oh, hey, cool." And then it was so weird. All right, this was the part that I loved. This was the part that I remember the most. We were going and we hit the bridge. Like we're on the other side of the bridge. Then we started going up the bridge, like over the bridge and everything. And then it was like right over just Memphis on the other end of the bridge, right where you're in Memphis. That's where the clouds were. Not anywhere like over the river or over the bridge or anything, but right at the end of the bridge, right when you hit the solid ground of Memphis, it was just dark, gloomy clouds. It was so trippy, but it was actually really cool. And I loved it. And I just remember we were rolling up, and then we got into it. Just got dark. It was just gloomy. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just like, wow. And then we just went straight to the venue. I remember that. And then it was just dark and gloomy. I loved it. That's how I love it. I just want it to be gloomy, cloudy, gray. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but that's what I love the most. And we set it up and everything, and it started sprinkling, started raining, not too bad. And then we got our gear and everything inside the venue. Local bands brought a decent amount of crowds. The promoter there actually was really cool and was like, next time you guys come through, let me know. I'll get you guys um, what was it? Some other great local bands that, and then draw a huge crowd, pack out the place. I mean, it was decent. Um, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, most definitely we'll do that. And then I remember, but right before the show started, I went outside the front door, and it was just pouring rain, just pouring rain, just hard pouring rain, just coming straight down. Like, wow, this is crazy. This is awesome. I love it. Just outside enjoying the pouring rain. And then I remember I called my wife, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Doing good." I'm like, "How's it over there?" She's like, "It's good. It's just sunny right now." I'm like, "Really?" I think we're like 3 hours difference. I'm like, "Yeah, it's like 7 o'clock, 6:30, 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's dark." And she's like, "Is that rain?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's just pouring rain. Watch, let me take a video." And I took a video and sent it to her. See, she's like, "Wow, that's crazy." And it's all just there's not a single cloud in the sky over here. I'm like, that's yeah, it's just so weird being in different parts of the country. Um, but yeah, we had a great show. Um, and then I remember we went straight to our Airbnb just to rest up for the night. I remember when we got there, we were trying to go through the front door, and then we looked. we just happened to look up and we saw these massive spiders. I remember, I think it was there white. There's some white spiders with black dots all over it. I've never seen a spider like that, and it was huge. Never seen spiders like that. I'm like, I don't know what this is. There was a lot of them. There was egg sacs, and I'm like, I don't know what all this is. Everybody was getting like freaking out. They're like, yeah, no, I ain't doing spiders. I was looking at them like, I got close to the spider, and I just saw it looking back at me. I'm like, and then all these other smaller versions of spider, but spider was huge. It was huge. Let's say like just follow my mouse. Like I think it was the body was about yay big. Well, like the entire body, but like the like the body of it was like this big. The head obviously was like this big and had long legs. I'm like, this is weird. It I didn't do it. I didn't. It didn't like come to me or anything. I didn't go to. I just looked at it. I think it just knew that I was amused by it. Like this is crazy, but it was a massive spider. It was crazy. But we ended up making it in. We decided nobody wanted to go through the front door, so we had to go around back, go through the door in the back, and we just kind of chilled. And then everybody was hungry. I like how I mentioned that now that everybody was hungry. Because the only thing that we really ate before that was that barbecue pork ribs, shredded ribs or whatever in Arkansas and Little Rock. Ever since tour, from the time we left home, 1 o'clock Arizona time. That was the last time we ate sometime somewhere in there. We didn't eat. Oh, actually, no, wait. That's I lied. We ate in San Angelo. We just went to McDonald's. But after that, the only time we ate was Little Rock, and then again in Memphis. It was Gabe and I. We made a late night run. I think it was midnight. Just to McDonald's. They were open and just got fish for everybody, fish sandwiches for everybody, and then yeah, just chilled. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. I know Gabe, Mario, and Danny all stayed up, and I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. Gotta drive tomorrow. I was like, all right. Um, and then right after that, we started making our way up. Went through Tennessee, started making our way up to Kentucky. We were supposed to have a show in Kentucky, and then it got canceled last minute. Something happened, I don't know what, but it got canceled very last minute. So we we drove up and we got into Kentucky, the little corner of Kentucky, and just so we could say that we've been in Kentucky. Then we made a sharp left and went to St. Louis. So without the Kentucky show, we had basically had 2 days off. So we made it to St. Louis. We chilled that first night. We got there, went to this really nice little, guess you could say it's like a coffee shop, or not really a coffee shop, more like a not really a lounge either. I think it started with an M. I don't remember, but it was really nice. Went there, had a drink, and then we left and we went to just walk around St. Louis at night. This place was packed. St. Louis was packed at night. People were just walking around and um, just having fun. There was a lot of people. I remember we were just walking around, just having fun. I remember I walked uh, down. I guess it's right off the little downtown area. There's like these houses, like little duplexes, and kind of they're not like you normally how you see houses kind of side by side, even sometimes with a gap. These houses were not really side by side. They did have a gap, but they were like staircased. So when you were walking slantly, you saw a house in the front, then the next house was kind of back, and then on the other side it was the opposite way. It was crazy. It was pretty cool though. I remember calling my wife and just telling her about it and said it was really cool. I like it here. And then I went straight to, where was that? We went to the Airbnb, and just everybody took a cab back to St. Louis, downtown, just to go bar hopping. I really did not want to go bar hopping. Fish, I forgot where he went. He brought his girlfriend, his then girlfriend at the time, and they went walking around or something. And then, are they in the room? I don't remember what happened, but I just remember I was just like, no, I don't want to. I really don't want to go bar hopping. I don't really want. I might just chill here. But then I remember I left just to go explore. It was dark. Um, Not a whole lot of street lights, but I remember I just went to go explore on my own. Happened to make my way. Hold on. Um, Sorry. I remember, yeah, I left and I was just walking around. Left the place, started walking down the street, and then I came across a supermarket that was like kind of across the street, but a little ways down, called a Deerberg's. I was like, oh wow, I've never seen this place. What is this place? It's open. It looks like a supermarket. Not there was like no cars there. There's no people there. Wasn't sure it was open. It wasn't that late. It was like 8:30. Well, okay, it is late, but it was 8:30. It was dark. Maybe a couple people were there. I remember walking in there and I was just checking out the place. It gave me like old school Bashes vibes. It was awesome. Like Bashes back in the day, back when I was a kid. Just got a couple drinks there and I went back to the place. And started watching Straight Outta Compton and just had fun. And then right after Straight Outta Compton, I watched what was it? That Bohemian Rhapsody. So it was fun. But a little bit after that, um, I mean, this tour was awesome. I guess really out of all that, um, I had, I mean, I had a great time. But before I continue the story, sorry, I'm really like hardcore reminiscing right now, just like of tour and being in a band and everything. I didn't realize how much I was talking, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more of the music videos, things that we've done. Um, but really, for Insanity, that's really the only backstory, is that I was cutting it close. It's coming from Long Beach and everything. But yeah, you guys didn't get to finish watching it. But here it is, Insanity. All right. I just want to like point out the dingus that stands out compared to everybody. So, well, maybe he doesn't really. All right, he does stand out, but not a whole lot. But when you really look at everybody, he does. You got Fish over here wearing a black shirt. and black pants. All right. That was the agreement. It was to everybody wear a black shirt, black pants. Gabe over here wearing a black shirt, black pants. And Danny over here wearing a black shirt, black pants. Even Justin wearing a black shirt. Yeah, he has a he has a logo on it, but it's not as big as a logo as this dingus right here. This glasses wearing mohawk looking dingus that decided to wear a Sons of Providence shirt, which you can see right here in white letters, and then big giant white logo just plastered right here on his shirt. This dingus right here. This dingus stands out compared to the rest of the band. Black shirt, black pants, black shirt, black pants, black shirt, black pants, black shirt, very small logo, but kind of blends in so you can get off. But yes, he is wearing shorts, but you can't tell because he's behind a drum set. This dingus is wearing a black shirt with a big giant white logo and black shorts. Yeah, I rest my case. Dingus. Alright, did you guys see that? Let's see, where is it at? This is here. Alright, here's the dingus that's wearing the big old giant white logo. Very, and like white all over. Um, shirt. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm gonna point this out. This dingus right here, if you notice, they don't show his face in the music video a whole lot. They don't show it. And there's a reason for that. So just take this in, the face right here of this dingus. Take it all in. We're gonna go back some to full band view. Now look at this dingus's face. What's the difference that you see on that? The number one thing that stands out. This dingus is wearing his glasses in the main shoot. The main shoot. He's wearing his glasses. Mind you, these four dinguses wear glasses. Four dinguses wear glasses. They're all blind as bats. Obviously, some do wear contacts. Some got laser eye surgery. And this was the other agreement, was to all of them to not wear glasses in music videos. This dingus, since he was in a rush, and everybody else was kind of in a rush, and because we didn't have a whole lot of time to shoot because we got there, cut it close. I mean, obviously we shot this music video in like it was 5 hours. Started It started at 4. We started shoot at 4 because I remember I got there and everybody was ready. Um, Luckily, um, these two went to my house and picked up my guitar. That's the only reason why I have the guitar. Um, yeah. So running at close time, like that close of a time, and like I w- this dingus was tired, and we just had to get on with the shot. These three dinguses didn't mention to this dingus to take off his glasses until after this main shoot. We already had this main shoot done, and we didn't want to redo it. Mind you, it's July in Arizona. It's 115 outside. Little AC unit, not here, just one over here on the side. Little AC unit with that was trying to keep this whole room cool. All of us moving around like crazy. There was no way that thing was gonna keep us cool. So we all wanted to just just go through, get it done, get all the shots that we need to get out of the to get on to get home to our nice air conditioned homes. But this dingus right here, that's the difference right there. Wearing his glasses. I don't remember where we're at, but I'll just start it right here. I like that bathroom shot. That bathroom shot was on point. I remember we were trying to think of like another shot instead of just like band shots and just music shots, instrument shots, and everything. We are thinking like, okay, we need to have like another shot in here. Then we're like, oh, you know what? Why don't we use the bathroom? So we used the bathroom at the studio, and I remember we turned off the lights because the lights were just way too bright, and we had a floodlight that we used. We didn't want to stand it up because it was just in the way, so I held it. I was off in the back on the side corner of the bathroom to make sure I wasn't in any of the shots and that you couldn't see me in the mirror, and I was just holding it up for that entire shot. And mind you, it wasn't just one shot. It was maybe about 8 or 9 shots. So you can kind of see if you look closely, there are some areas in there with that bathroom shot that the lighting is off because I kind of moved. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Insanity, that was great. That was great. It was hot. It sucked and everything, but I enjoyed it. Um, like I said, Conquer Your Demons tour, awesome, loved it. I wish we got some video montages of it. I took a lot of pictures. I didn't even think of a video montage until literally right now. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But it was great. I mean, and then there's some other things in here. Oh my gosh, this one. This one. This was stupid. Here in Arizona, one I think it was the very first show, the second show that we've ever done. Just the most epic battle in history. Just watch.
Fuck, man, watch it. Going. Ready? Ready? Let's go. Come on. Fuck, man, watch it. Going. Ready? Ready? Let's go. Come on.
Yes, there you have it. The most epic battle in history. Just gotta have fun. People that you're around with all the time, just gotta have fun. Let's see what else. Obviously you can see we've done a cover of Eilish's "I Don't Want to Be You Anymore." Unfortunately, I cannot share that one, but if you would like to go check that one out for yourself, you can most definitely do that. But I will go ahead and tell you the backstory on that one. That one's a doozy. Um, Again, I don't know what is wrong with us. I really do not know what's wrong with us. But some odd reason we like to shoot music videos here in Arizona in the month of July, the hottest month of the year. Some odd reason we love shooting music videos in the month of July. I don't know why. I can't give you an exact answer why, but that's just how it is. But I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, the cover of Billie Eilish, was shot in the month of July in a warehouse that had no AC. Um, just basically had a big giant industrial fan. Yes, and that's how we were all trying to stay cool. The office and the little dressing room had AC, so yeah, we went in there every now and then, but like just to cool off. But yeah, um, we started shooting around noon, 11 a.m., 11 a.m. or noon, something like that, all the way until I think it was like 7 hours till about 6 o'clock in the evening. The the owner he's really cool. Um, he let us just chill out in there. We paid for like 6 hours, 5 hours, but he let us just stay in there and just hang out because he really liked us. um, and then we also had the amazing and talented Shandan Horan be the one that shot that music video. Oh, it was crazy. We had one of the greats shoot that music video. It was like, what the freak? Like, is this guy like? I remember when he reached out to us and said that he wanted to shoot a music video with us because he lived here in Arizona, and then he moved out to California, and it was like a week before he moved out or a day before or something, and he's like, I want to do one last shoot in Arizona, and he really knew our drummer. Like I said, Justin was our drummer back during the tour and everything. But he eventually moved on, and obviously he owns his business. I still keep contact with him. He's an awesome guy, good friend of mine. Um, he owns his own business, and his business is booming. Um, and I mean it's booming. So he started getting really busy, and he's just like, I can't do this anymore. But he knew of a kid that was phenomenal drummer. Phenomenal. Amazing. Um, and he coached him before. You guys may or may not know him, but I mean, obviously he's been around. He's been in commercials. He's made headline news as the like a prodigy, like 9-year-old drummer. He's been in Gap commercials. He's currently has a TV show going on right now. The Kids Tonight show with Jimmy Fallon. I'm pretty sure you guys are starting to understand, know who I'm talking about. The little prodigy, little guy I love so much, Wrecker. He's 11 years old now. Um, the band's still going on. Silence the Voice. The band's still going. Obviously, they are kind of busy, all doing things. Um, I'm no longer part of the band. I actually announced my retirement just a couple months ago, but I actually retired back in the uh, beginning of 2021. I think it was January 1st, 2021. I retired from the band. Um, but very few people knew about it, so I made the announcement a couple months ago. The band has been asking me to do like a goodbye show, and they're like, "Hey, we should like you should just play one more time. Let's do one last thing, one last this, one last that." Not gonna lie, I thought about it on multiple occasions, but ultimately did not go through with it. I've been to one of their shows since then, um, and I really enjoy it. I haven't been to any of their previous shows, and I don't really know what they're doing right now. But at the time when they were asking me, I was really contemplating, really thinking about doing like a goodbye show, like one last show, one last this, one last that, just like a goodbye thing to plant my mark. But ultimately, like I said, I decided against it. I'm just way too busy. I got a lot on my plate. I mean, not just with my job, my career. Not only that, but I'm starting up like many other new things, and I'm putting a lot of oomph and effort behind it. But I'm making sure, and I'm just doing it. It's I don't know how to explain it. I just got so much on my plate, and it's just I can't just stop. Like I said, as soon as I let go of one vine, I'm already grabbing onto something else, and I already have this long plan set out what I'm doing, what I'm gonna do, and how it's gonna go about. So, but no, a good buddy of mine, Jerry, actually stepped in, uh, filled in my role. He's been a fan since day one, and he's filled in for many things, not just guitar, but bass, drums, sound engineer, and he recorded our first demo way back in the day, and just like a lot of things. So obviously he was first picked to take over, and so they got him in there, and yeah, they're doing great. But as I was saying, the great Shandan Horan was the one that did this. He did it pro bono since he was leaving. Good buddies with Wrecker and everything. So it's an awesome experience. Same with Hannah Left Right. She was his assistant, that learning how to do filmography and everything, and she also helped. You could kind of see her right here because she was filming and other people were filming her filming, and it was a lot of things. It was cool though. But yeah, That was a great experience. Again, like I said, it was in the month of July, 115 degrees or 117 degrees, something like that. And the other crazy thing about this, like I said, you guys want to check it out. You won't even believe it when you watch it, but I am gonna let you know. um, right before the filming of I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore, I was involved in an accident, a car accident. Um, yeah, sorry. I was involved in a car accident. My wife and I actually went to the hospital that morning. It was my only day off um, from my job. I was working 6 days and everything, and then it was my only day off. And so my day off, I wanted to do a lot of things, and but I remember the night before, my wife was having these weird feelings and everything. She kind of knew what it was. She basically already knew what they were. I also knew what they were, but we wanted to go to the doctor to verify. Excuse me. Um, we wanted to go to the doctor and verify. So we went to the doctor that morning. Uh, they did an ultrasound and found, and then that's when we knew 100% that she was pregnant with our youngest baby. Super excited, super happy. Um, we we got out of there. I think her appointment was like at 9 o'clock or 8:30 in the morning. We were out of there by like 9 9 o'clock, I think it was. We went to the park right across the street from the hospital. Just we're walking around the park, just enjoying some quality alone time with each other that actually we haven't had for a while. Because I was been working so much, and then the other times when I came off, kids want to. Anytime I was off, the kids wanted to spend time with me, and I wanted to spend time with the kids. And then she was working and everything. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So we just wanted to take some time to spend with each other. So we hung around the park for an hour. So we left about 10 o'clock. Went and got some breakfast, or brunch, I guess you could say. And then we were on the way back home. My father-in-law was at home watching, or was at our house watching the kids because we told him, hey, we got a doctor's appointment, so he came by early right before we left, so he was watching them. Um, but on the way home, after we had got brunch, we were just driving and making our way. We came off freeway and we're going down main road. Not too far. We decided we're gonna go ahead stop at the grocery store, get some stuff for to make lunch at home and for stuff for dinner. So we're on our way and we're going across the stoplight. Um, I don't. I'm pretty sure you see where this is coming. I don't understand why the person did what they did, but I mean, we had a green light. We're going, and the person in the turning lane on the opposite side decided to turn. I guess I don't know why, because we were just right there and coming across the light. Hard to miss a big vehicle, a big, like, yeah, big vehicle. Don't know, but they made the turn anyways, and they hit us in the rear. Like, they made the turn, then they hit the back driver's side of the van, which then pushed us, and so we kind of spun a little bit. The backside spun. My wife tried to turn it to the the direction to get it back straight, but we got pushed into the curb, sidewalk, which then, with all that force going into it and hitting that that sturdy curb, caused us to flip. So we rolled 5 times. I just remember the experience of that. My wife, her seatbelt locked her up in place. Airbags, her airbag in the steering wheel went off. The airbags on the side, on the top, everything, airbags everywhere to protect her. Perfectly fine. She came out with cuts and bruises. I, on the other hand, my seatbelt did not lock me into place, nor did any airbags on my side of the vehicle came out, like nothing. So, and then not being locked in place with my seatbelt on, I had my seatbelt on, it just did not lock. I started bouncing, like I stayed in my seat, but I was bouncing up and down because it just kept pulling me back down, sliding back and forth, side to side. And I just remember putting my arm up against the roof of the car because I was like, I need to protect my head. I don't care about anything else on my body right now. I just need to protect my head. So I just remember my head was just hitting my arms. Luckily, they didn't break, but I got slammed into the door, the side, the little, the little rest thing like on the door. It's not really a rest, not really an armrest, but that has like the little handle to close the door. I got slammed into that multiple times. Um, I did hit my head on the first roll, because I had no idea that what was happening until after I hit my head. So I flew up and hit my head really hard when we were upside down. But then just being slammed into the side door multiple times, and then finally we landed up straight, which I am thankful for. That was sucked to land upside down. Um, yeah, I had a concussion. I had cuts and bruises, and I had broken ribs. I lost, like, I remember losing my vision uh, for for a while there. Um, when they came, the ambulance came and got us on the stretcher and everything. They're just like, all right. I tried opening my eyes, and I don't know, like I just know, like, I don't know what it is, but I just started explaining everything that was happening to my body when the ambulance got there. Like, I was like, okay, like they asked me, I'm like, I hit my head, I hit my side. Were you wearing your seatbelt? Yes. Obviously, you guys saw you had to cut my seatbelt off. They're like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm like, really? Um, I told them that my head hurts. I hit my head pretty hard the first time, and then I'm pretty sure I have some broken ribs on the back, on my right side in the back. They're like, oh, okay, well we don't know until we gotta do some X-rays, um, or a CT scan or whatever. Blah blah blah. Come to find out, they're like, yeah, you had a concussion, you have broken ribs, just like you said. I was like, yeah, see, I know what I'm talking about. I didn't sound like that. Like I I'm just saying it like that right now. I'm just getting through it. But like I said, I do remember losing my vision when they're getting me loaded into the ambulance on the stretcher. Everything just got really white, like bright white, and like it's like a fade. It was like like my eyesight was slowly fading white. I was like, what in the world? Am I dying? Um, Slowly faded white, and then until it was just bright white all the time. So I just closed my eyes so it's not bright white and everything. And then eventually, like, I remember opening my eyes and blinking, and it was still like pitch black. Now it's pitch black and everything. I couldn't see anything. Like, this is crazy. And I was just talking to them. They're like, yeah, I'm like, I don't have my eyesight. I can't see anything. Like it's just. At first, I remember saying it was bright. It's just a white. It's just white everywhere. And then later on, I was like, yeah, it's just dark, like pitch black dark. And they're like, your eyes open. Can you see me? I'm like, I can't see anything. It's pitch black, and they're shining the. I guess they're shining a flashlight in my eyes, trying to. They're like, oh, they're like, huh? No, you can't see that. I'm like, I don't see anything. They're like, you don't see a bright light. I was like, I don't see anything. I can't see anything. I have no eyesight right now. So they're like, okay, well, let's just rest up. Let's get this and that. And then eventually my eyesight just started coming back. I remember blinking a lot, and then it started coming back, like fading back into where I can see. And I was like, whoa. I was like, oh. They're like, whoa. I was like, my eyesight's back. And then they checked my eye. I was like, oh, that's bright. Shining the flashlight in my eyes. And they're like, huh? What? I'm like, yeah. I don't know. That was weird. But That's what happened. Um, but the funny thing out of the whole thing, yes, there's a funny thing out of the whole thing. I remember when they were first got there, my wife, when we first landed, my wife was checking, like asking me, "Are you okay? Okay?" I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." Like, don't move. Keep your neck straight. Don't move, because if you're on adrenaline right now, but if you move, you could end up paralyzing yourself. I don't know. I guess apparently I paid attention in school. I remember one of my teachers saying that. But so she ended up there, and she ended up blacking out due to all the extremities, but she was okay. I remember when the ambulance got there, I was telling them, uh, get her, take care of her. She's pregnant. Take care of her first. I don't make sure that she's good. I don't want anything happening to her or the baby. She's pregnant. I just kept saying the same thing over, and they're like, okay, okay, we'll get her, we'll get her. And they're like, we need to get you first. You're easier to get out. We got to cut her out. And like they had to cut her door off and everything, and cut her seatbelt off and everything. But like I said, she was okay. Then they're like, then I remember they asked me, is there anybody in call anybody in your like emergency contacts that we can call? First things first. If you know me, and you know what I'm gonna say. If you don't know me, you'll get to know me and know that this is how I truly am. When they asked me, is there anybody we can call? Anybody like your emergency contact that we can call? I was like, yes, you can. She's sitting right here next to me. The ambulance, the paramedics laughed. It was a serious situation, but when I said that, they laughed. And they're like, I just remember them laughing, and then I was laughing with them. They're like, no, is there anybody else who we can call? I was like, oh, okay, yeah, 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 you can call my dad. And they're just, everybody, like, because there was a lot of concerned people surrounding the vehicle, like, the van. Everybody was like, I think there was a crowd. I don't know how many people. I don't know. I think 20, but that's all I saw. But I'm pretty sure there was a lot more than that. But there was a crowd of people surrounding us, everybody trying to get out. There was off-duty paramedics there ensuring that we were okay while the paramedics were on their way. And but yeah, that's what I told them. I just remember everybody laughing at that when I said, yeah, she's right here next to me. Everybody just laughed, and they're like in a serious situation, like everybody's just laughing. They're just like, what this guy? I'm like, it's just who I am. But yeah, no. Then I had them call my dad and told him what happened. And then they called my. Then my dad told my mom. My mom started freaking out. You know how moms are. Moms get scared, and so she got scared. I remember that. So went to the hospital. They did everything, and everything I told them that was wrong with me, they said I was correct. We ended up. This happened like at 11 o'clock. We were released like at 1:30 or 2 o'clock same day. Um, I never knew. There's nothing that you can do for broken ribs. Excuse me. I just know broken bones usually they have a cast. Broken ribs they don't. They don't tape you up. They don't bandage. They don't do anything to. And it's kind of scary because then you know that you have a fragile point that if something hits you, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna break it even more really bad. But they don't do anything for broken ribs because they need you to breathe in order for and your lungs to expand again and for your ribs to like your body to expand, your ribs to expand so they can grow back into place correctly. If they compress it, your ribs are going to grow back incorrectly and it's going to cause a whole lot of complications later in life. So I was just walking around just open like that and it hurt so much. But I ended up calling my work and telling them what happened. Or my mom called my work, told them what happened. Um, everybody was concerned for me. I was out of work for a week. I went back. Yes, a lot of people thought I was crazy, and you guys listening to this probably think I'm crazy too. But I literally went back to work after a week. Um, Everybody there was so like scared and were like so watching me all the time, making sure I couldn't lift anything. My ribs like took 8 weeks to heal for the pain to stop. I couldn't sleep laying down. I had to sleep sitting up, and every movement I made hurt. I was in constant pain no matter what. But everybody was like, "What the heck? Why are you back at work? This and that. You should be resting." I was like, "I gotta be back. You guys need me." But everybody, I earned a lot of respect going back and dealing with that, having broken ribs and working. Obviously, I didn't lift anything. I just had to tell people what to do. But earned a lot of respect, and a lot of people thought of me as like what they say. I'm trying to remember what they were calling me. They were calling me something for a while. It's not like beast or anything, but it was like what was it? I don't remember. It wasn't like hmm. I really don't remember. But yeah, but it was something really cool, and that's what I was going. Like I was known by basically the rest of my time um there. But that's the backstory here, and then it was like I remember it was weeks later they wanted to what's the word, reschedule, but Shandan was already moving out to California, and he was going to be hours away, and I was like, no. I told them, just let's just go through with it and just have Jerry fill in for me on the music video. They said no, that they want all the actual original members, and I'm like, all right, just tell Shandan, because they decided they weren't gonna do it. And then I just told them like, you know what, just go ahead and do it. Tell Shandan that we're still up for it. I'll be there. And I gained Shandan's respect that day too, because he found out my backstory, what happened. I had broken ribs, and he's like, "And you're here shooting a music video?" I'm like, "Can't keep me down, no matter what it is." He's like, "Dude, that's crazy." He said something else. It was really cool. It was very uplifting. But I mean, you guys watch it, you'll see. It it may not look like it, but I had broken ribs during this time when we shot the music video. I was in so much pain, but I couldn't let that stop me, and I moved like crazy. So just check it out. Like I said, it doesn't seem like it, but I had freaking broken ribs. It sucked. Let's see, and then My Inheritance. This one actually, the very very first music video we ever made, the very very first one. Um, I actually sprained my wrist on this one, so I was wearing what is the thing? What's it called? It's not a cast, but it's like a. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a little brace, sort of kind of thing. I could take it off and on, take it off and put it on, but I same thing. This one was different. This one we shot in the night. It was like December. It was December something. That night it was cold. Um, Also with it being cold outside, um, it numbed up my wrist pretty well. And the crazy and this is my left. It was my left arm. My left. It was because it was my wrist. I sprained my wrist, so the brace was on my left arm. And of course, that's my my key arm, like where I actually play the notes on the neck. So it hurt, but just like back in my boxing days, like just keep going. You'll and then you numb it up, and then you'll be fine after that, and then worry about it later. So that's basically what I did. But here is actually our first music video, My Inheritance. I didn't mean to pause it there. Okay, I didn't mean to pause it there. But that's Steven. That was our very, very first drummer. Unfortunately, we had to part ways with him due to some experiences. But good guy. Had a lot of fun with him. But what was I actually? Oh, this song. This song. We actually competed in a radio contest on 98 KUPD, um, Arizona's real rock and metal station. So we actually um, put this song up in a competition that they hold for local bands, and this was the song that is secured our victory on the contest. So we actually won the contest for this year. I think it was 2018. Pretty sure it was 2018. But yeah, we secured our win with this song. So hope you enjoy. So with this music video, um, um, we just gathered up a lot of our buddies from the music scene and just told them all because to meet up here and that we're shooting a music video, we need you guys to act like the crowd. That's kind of basically what's going on here. What an experience we had with that one. So that one secured our win. This one. So we had the morning sickness theme song. Not sure if I can play this for you guys, but it is there and you can check it out if you like. It was it was an awesome time back in 2018. Um, so that was the first one, and that was the basically the I had sprained wrist and I was wearing a brace, but I took it off for that and just numbed it up and just went on my merry way without it. Um, and then later on came this one. Um, our last and final music video. Um, well, I guess you could say my last and final music video. Um, Pretty sure they're gonna do some more music and they're gonna shoot some more. So I hopefully they do. That'd be good for them. But this is the last and final music video that I did with them. It's also the most previous one that they've done. This one is basically in the height of the pandemic when things started to ease off. Everybody was still kind of scared. Um, Masks were still being enforced. Well, they're starting to cool off on the mask now, actually. Yeah, this is actually back when the time when they start cooling off the mask. The CDC said we can start being okay without it. So this one was actually shot in October, I think it was. Was it October? I'm pretty sure it was October. October of October of 2019. No, 2020. Why did I say 2019? October of 2020. Because I remember COVID hit towards the end of 2019 and beginning of 2020. It was all the craze and rage. So yeah, there's October of 2020 is when we shot this music video and then didn't release it till like October of 2021. So we held on to it for a long time. It's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 9 months, yeah, October. So with this one, actually, nothing happened to me. I I've had no issues. I didn't have any broken bones. I wasn't sprained. I wasn't running late. There's no really backstory. The only backstory is that it was COVID and they're easing off COVID at the time. I just remember I remember when we were planning for this music video and it was getting closer to the music video. I think it was like 3 weeks out. Everybody was saying, okay, everybody keep an eye on them. Don't let anything bad happen to them. Just hold on. Just they told me that they're gonna wrap me in bubble wrap and all the way till the music video, and then they'll let me out after. No, that did not happen, but that was the talk, and that's what they wanted to do. I was watched profusely. I was watched like crazy, like a hound, to make sure that nothing happened to me. And I was like, all right, guys, you crazy, but okay. But here it is, yeah. Pins and needles. Out of all this, all the music videos except this one, like I said, Shandan Haran and Hannah Left Right was the one that did this one. But all the other ones, My Inheritance, Insanity, Pins and Needles, were all shot by, I'm pretty sure you saw Dad's Life Visual Media. That's actually Jacob Eldridge. That's his company. He does music videos. He does a lot of a lot of things actually, and he shot the other three. And he's also in a great band himself. They're signed, so they're doing really well. So we asked him to feature in one of our songs after all this time, and he was like, I'd love to. Funny thing is, he also shot this one, but the ones where he's in it, Gabe basically, the scenes that he's in, Gabe took over to do some of the shoot, and so did Danny. But here, just check it out. Hope you enjoy. See, directed by Jacob Eldridge, production company Dead Life Visual Media. See, told you. Um, oh yeah, that's right. See, Wrecker was here. Oh, that's right. Justin and Laura helped with the production. They helped cover also while he was off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How have I not seen this? How have I not seen this? Location scout, insert name here. Wow. I wonder how many other people have seen this. This was released 9 months ago, and I'm over here barely seeing it right now. Because I was the one that pushed this out for them. And now I'm looking at this, and I'm like, wow, how, wow. I don't even know. I don't even know. But for all the viewers, insert name here who actually found it. uh, was actually my wife. Um, Fish knew about it. I knew about it. Um, my wife was the one that was really the one that brought it up. So it's actually her that should be there. But yes, it took place on the reservation, Gila River Indian Community. Um, yep. Song was produced, mixed, and mastered by Eric Jensen. Pretty sure a lot of people know who Eric Jensen, bassist of Escape the Fate, um, guitarist for Dead Rabbits. He's been our producer on all of our songs. We've worked with him for years. Great guy, awesome. And I didn't even see this edit in color by Jacob Eldridge. Yeah. So, but this song here, um, we also again, I reached out to 98KP asking if we can compete again in the Play-Doh contest, the radio contest that they do for local bands, and they said yes. It'll be even better because if you guys win a second time, then that's your badge of honor, your proof saying that the last one was not a fluke and that you guys are really talented musicians. So we put up pins and needles for the radio contest, and it actually won our second radio contest. I don't mean to brag, but with my inheritance, it was our very first time because everybody was like, "Oh, you guys should enter the contest, and if you guys don't win, at least you get some airplay and um, people start noticing you and they give you pointers." We're like, "Okay." We never knew that we'd actually win, so it was our first time. As for some of these other bands, they put in multiple times, multiple years, and it was our first time putting in. We won. We're like, "Wow." And again, I'm gonna sound like a stickler. Pins and Needles was our second time competing in the contest, and we ended up winning again. So we're 2-0, 100% win rate, and it was surreal. It was crazy to hear that we won. We're like, "Are you serious?" And then it really got to our heads that we were the top dogs, that we are the ones that oh yeah, you guys want to watch us. So, but I know I sound like a stickler. I just sound the confidence in me. not gonna lie, I let it get to my head. I was like, yeah, we're it. We're the best. But I'm very humble though. But I hope you guys enjoy it. It's Pins and Needles, featuring Jacob Eldridge. All right. So this one we decided to all wear masks except Gabe and Jacob. And Fish's mask gets me every single time. All right, 44 seconds. Every single every single time. I'm like, I remember when he first wanted it. I'm like, why? I'm like, why? But after he got it, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can see why. Because that's the mask that you would see in horror movies. I'm trying to get to his picture. What the freak? I don't want to see. There you go. A fuzzy pink pig face. Look at it. It's menacing. Another thing for this one, we decided to all wear black shirts, black pants. He didn't. He got the memo, but this is what he wore. Um, Forgot to mention that part of freaking I don't want to be you anymore. We did again. We all decided that we're gonna wear black shirts, black pants on some of it, and then we're gonna wear all white shirts, white pants on another part of it. I decided that yeah, I'm gonna wear a black shirt as with everybody, but again, I wore one with the logo. Everybody else wore plain black shirts, but not me. I decided to wear another logo shirt. I don't know why. I just didn't. I was like, I'm gonna stand out. I'm gonna be my own person. So then this time I decided to follow, and then this is what happens. That's why. That's usually why I always just do my own thing. All right, here we go. Well, there you go. Um, that's what that's Silence the Voice. That's my time there. I did 5, 6 years. Had a lot of fun. Created a lot of music. Had a great time. A lot of music, making a lot of music. There was a lot of ideas out there to for music videos for Condemn and Devil in You, uh, Barricades as well. It used to be called Forgotten back in the day, but there was an idea that we wanted to make a reality, never got around to it. Condemn, we had an idea, and it was just a matter of getting everybody out there to do it. Devil in You, it was an idea that was a process that was being worked on, but it but then the pandemic happened and we couldn't find anybody to help us with that idea because everybody, like I said, everybody was just afraid, and I don't blame them. They were afraid to um, catch the virus and everything, so it just kind of got put put back. Ember is actually was gonna be re-recorded, remixed, remastered. Um, never got to that. Crisis, just a lyric video. Um, a lot of emphasis dealing. This one hits hard. Um, there was a lot of suicide taking place. Um, I, I'm pretty sure you guys remember that, but there was so much happening. Kids taking their own lives, other people just taking their own lives. It was just a thing that was just going around like crazy, and nobody knew why. And so we wrote Crisis in order to help people. Let me just show you. This one's a very touchy subject that it's more just show you. Um, just really listen to the lyrics, read it also because it's like I said, it's a lyric video.
one goes out to all the bleeding hearts and the fractured soul when you're broken down and you've lost control. To those who cried every single time it crossed your mind to take your life. Don't give up on me. I'll be by your side till the day I die. Don't give up on me.
Yeah. So that one was one that really was going through an epidemic where there was a lot of suicide taking place. There was a lot of things where people were taking their own lives, and we just wanted to reach out and just wanted to help everybody. I think at the time, yeah, at the time it was somebody that we knew that went through with it. So we thought everything was all right, and it wasn't. So, but yeah, that's the thing, and then we just want to make sure that everybody knows all about it, and to that there's people out there, just reach out, talk to somebody. Um, and this I forgot who made that. I think Danny made the stream with the lyric video on that one. So it's something we really want to push out there right away. Darkheart has a major backstory. It's one where no matter who you are, you don't have any right to treat people like nothing. And this was basically like a diss track. This was something that we set out and put on people. This was back in our anger stages. We never really go after anybody. We actually don't actually, but it started with this person calling fish, and we're I remember we're out hanging out, all of us, and this person called fish and was like, hey, was trying to talk to him, but it was loud where we were at, and fish was saying, hey, I can't hear you. I'm having trouble hearing you, and he was legit actually having trouble hearing it. This place was loud, and um, even even away from everything, it was still loud. And he's just like, "Can I call you back?" Or just trying to tell him. And he's like, and this person, I don't know what was up with them, but on the other, I don't know what was up with them, but when he was like, "Oh," but I just remember him saying, "Oh, I bet you could hear me if I was a cheeseburger or something." In response, because I mean, you guys seen Fish. Fish is a big guy, lovable big guy. This guy said that directed towards him, basically calling him fat. And I remember he got mad and he just hung up the phone. Or no, it was a text, because he was on the phone and he said he couldn't hear him, and he was like, "Can I call you back later?" And then he hung up, and then he texted him and said, "I'll call you back later. It's loud where I'm at." And then the guy responded with in a text and said, "Oh, I bet you could hear me if I were a cheeseburger." And I just remember he showed us the text. We all got mad, and we're like, all right, let's put this guy on blast. And um, yeah, so we went to put the guy on blast. So we're like, we're because we were slightly kind of working with him at the time, and he decided to say that. We're like, that's not all right. So this is when we're like, this is a song towards like, we don't care who you are. You are not allowed to talk down on people. You're not allowed to betray people. You're not allowed to do anything to people. Um, And it wasn't just him that we went after. We were betrayed because with that situation, what that dude said, a buddy of ours knew of the situation, and he still went with him to work on music because he's like, oh, it's gonna be better. And we're like, dude, you understand what he just said and everything. And he's like, well, yeah, but this is different. And we're like, you know what? No, that's you can't be supporting people like that. That's not right. And then another person that we knew joined him too, and it was like, dude, you realize? He's like, yeah. He's like, it's not right. So, but Dark Heart was it's basically a song about betrayal and not talking down people because we don't care who you are. We're gonna go after you. If you're gonna be that way, we're gonna come after you. And this was our homage to them. Check it out.
You threw your life away, but you're not taking me. You think you won, but it's far from over. No matter what you say, we'll fight another day and break you down till you're 6 feet under. You threw your life away, but you're not taking me. You think you won, but it's far from over. No matter what you say, we'll fight another day. Watch you be.
So, yeah, that's Darkheart, and that's what we, as you can see, um, betrayed for a wish. I mean, obviously, that was right there stating that the people that betrayed us because they hoping they're wishing that he would help them become bigger. I'm not gonna be a stickler, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that was directed towards them all, mainly him, and that shit just shows don't mess with us, cause it's not right to mess with people, talk down on people. I always tell people, treat people the way you want to be treated. See, like, my respect is hard to earn. It really is. Not gonna lie about that. It really is hard to earn. Once you have it, you still gotta work to keep it. It's not just because, like, you have my respect and that's it, boom, you're there forever. You gotta continue working, because you could do one wrong thing and it will just burn the entire bridge down. And you'll start back from nothing, or not even have chance at it again. So, but that's how it goes, and it's just how I am, who I am. But another thing, like, I mean, like I said, there's so many great things in here. Like I said, a lot of ideas that we've had. That one actually, it was a lyric video I made. I'm like watching it, I'm like, it's cringe. I'm currently working on another lyric video right now for I can show you it because it's mine and it's my new project that I'm doing all by myself. Um, so it's not like I'm breaking anything. So hold on. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. I'll show you. I'm only going to show you a little bit of it. I'm not going to go show you the entire thing because I don't want to get it out there fully just yet because it's not set. I'm not setting to release it until um, winter. So I'm not looking to release it until winter time. Um, so, but here's a small piece of it. Um, and I'll show you guys like the beginning. You'll see uh, my new project's called Disguised by Ashes. Song is called False Prophet. Like I said, I'll show you a small piece of it. Here it is. So that's all I'm showing. Um, but that's what I'm working on right now. Um, I still got a long ways to go. There's actually parts in the lyric video I need to. I'm gonna be changing up a little bit. I'm gonna be doing some like recording, my own personal recording, like my own creations. I use it primarily stock media, but I figured I was like, you know what? Why am I gonna use stock media? I should use my own actual custom media. Now that's how you do it. So I have a lot of ideas. I was working on that earlier today when I first woke up for a few hours and then before I started streaming. Um, so that's actually something that's going to be in the works. But back to Silence Voice, like I said. So that's something that I'm doing, and then like really wish we could have seen all of these other stuff through, like these three music videos for sure, and this one to be re-recorded. I really wish we went and did all of that, but we didn't. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something. They still can do something if they're gonna do it. But this one actually is very nice, very calming. This one, I think would have been major. This would have been it. I think this song would have been like a fan favorite. Love from the people that we see shown, and I mean it's on here. It's had quite a few views, but I think for sure people would love this one. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit of it. I'll actually just show you the whole thing. It's just audio. It's no lyrics, no music video. It's just audio. Just a stream play.
Cloudy days, drown in the rain. What would you do if you could breathe again? Sparkling eyes, your hair I remember. Threads of ember that will never fade. 'Cause I've been lost in my own thoughts and you've been on my mind. It's much too cold now. I can't sleep without you by my side. When I see your face
Yeah. Like I said, I think that song would have been up there. It would have been huge. It really would have. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to find if there's a, because I know we didn't post any live videos. I really wish we did. Oh, actually, you know what? There is a live video that is out there from Rec over on Wrecker's channel. Um, over on Wrecker's channel. Let me go ahead and show you.
Yeah, we're Scott's the voice, and here today with us, we have the honor of having Wrecker as our
This is the this is the 9-year-old prodigy that I was telling you about. At the time, he was 9. He's 11 now. I remember when he turned 10, his parents were like, "I don't know if you, we need to talk." He's like, "What? I don't know if you guys still want him," but now he hit the double digits. He's 10 years old. We're like, "Oh, we got to cut him now." um, but no, this was taking place at the Arizona State Fair. So, um, a stage like right in, like towards like around everybody by the seats. So everybody coming in, checking us out. All these people out here, all these people. So it was like near the entrance. So there was like a lot of people around. So it was pretty cool. I mean, we were in. I remember the first time we played there, we were invited back every year, and then the first time we didn't get invited back is back when the pandemic happened, and then they didn't have the state fair, and then just really haven't had anything else after that, and so we did it for years. So it was always great. Um, gave away free merch. We couldn't sell anything, so we just gave them away while we were there, just so everybody knew who we were. But no, just really watch how record plays. You'll see what I mean by a prodigy.
Hell yeah. Alright, this first song you can catch on YouTube, Spotify, any other music playing website out there. This is My Inheritance. Let me hear you.
That's Wrecker. Like I said, he's a prodigy, amazing, amazing kid. Does and has a lot of other things. Let's see what else. Um, this first song that we were, this one was I really enjoy. This one very short, but I enjoy. This one was the one that really would be an interesting music video. But here, let's check it out. Barricades, the very first song we ever recorded, we ever wrote actually.
In this book without a name, another page, another face, memories that soon will be forgotten. At the point of no return, from the bridges that you burn, I will fall and I will fade away. Yay, dark walls, cold heart. These words are tearing us apart. No passion, no feeling, no love, no meaning. Our hearts are barricaded, where our scars are worn and faded, but we will not be broken. Every day as I look in the mirror, I can see everything getting so much clearer. Time marches on, so just live in the moment. So just live in the moment. At the age of no return, from the pictures that you burn, I will fall and I will fade away. Dark walls, cold heart. These words are tearing us apart. No passion, no feeling, no love, no meaning. Our hearts are barricaded, where our scars are worn and faded, but we will not be broken. Every day as I look in the mirror, I can see everything getting so much clearer. Time marches on, so just live in the
Well, there it is. Really enjoy that song. Love that song. First song we ever made, and still hits hard. Still hits hard. I'm pretty home. Here's Condemned.
Rest on my shoulders, no mercy is left for me. I don't understand why I'm getting colder, but somebody please save me. I am condemned. Heaven calls out to me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. My demons are after me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. I'm trying for nothing. The story will end the same. These holy gates will slam in my face, 'cause I'm the only one left to blame. I am condemned. Heaven calls out to me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. My demons are after me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. Calls out to me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. Heaven calls out to me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned. My demons are after me no matter what I do, no matter how I feel. I am condemned.
It's another banger. Let's see here. Um, so what I'm actually doing is I'm looking. All right, I'll just show you guys. Um, Here, hold on. So this is what I'm actually doing right now. I'm looking up some live videos. See, there's all of us. I remember we we photoshopped it one time to make and stretched him out to make him as tall as us. um, I'm looking for. Oh my gosh, so cringe. One of our first, one of our first ever shows. This was at the Rhythm Room. Oh, I remember for a while there, I was the bassist and the rhythm guitarist. Some songs I played bass, some songs I played guitar. Then I remember we were announced the I remember we were announced the I remember we were announced the best new artist for 2017 and the Arizona Metal Awards. Oh yeah, there's that one. See, this is what I was telling you guys about. Like, I can't play the song, but I can at least show you. Let's see. Yeah, see, we're all wearing white, and then we're all wearing black. Then, like I said, this dingus right here is wearing a logo on his shirt. Everybody else is wearing black and wearing white. So every time with the white background, we're wearing black. Everything with the black background, we're wearing, or the not the white background, we're wearing white. But yeah, like it just like I said, I had broken ribs in this one. It may not seem like it based off of how much movement I'm doing. I'm like, jeez. I'm just like thinking about it. I remember it's so painful. Every time I watch this music video, I can feel the phantom pains. Like, I can feel the pains that I felt during that. Oh, man, it hurts so much. See, directed by Hannah Left Right, Shanda and Haran. It was cool working with them. I enjoyed it. See, it's waiting for the part where we all start moving. I know you guys can't hear it, but I know basically how the song goes, and the instrumental parts. So when I'm watching this video, I can hear it in my head. I can hear Gabe's voice when he sings in my head. It's crazy. You write music and then you don't even have to listen to the music. You just watch the music video and you can hear it in your head. Where's all the movement? It's already like 2 minutes in. I thought some of the movement was now. Okay, okay, yeah, here's the movement. Yeah, yeah, here's the movement. Everybody's starting to move. Come on. Maybe it was towards the end. Because there's movement, but there's not a whole lot of movement. I know. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Skim, skim, skim. Pretty. It might. I think it is at the end. Oh yeah, it's at the end. Right here, all that movement that everybody's doing, swinging guitars around, everything. Yeah, that was painful. Oh, painful to watch. Let's see. That's Jerry. He's on guitar now. Let's see, watch. Show you updated photo that they took that they haven't updated. But yeah, see. This is Jerry. It was at one of their previous shows. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know where to find it. I'm like looking for these videos, but I just can't seem to find it anywhere. But but they're out there. If I ever find it, I'll show it on a future video. But this is pretty much it, guys. Probably jump into some Resident Evil 4, but I'm gonna take a look at my settings, see if I can get it much clearer. But I'll catch you guys a little bit later on the flip side. Thanks.